Hello, everyone. My name is Koji, co-founder and CEO of Key Hydrogen, and I'm here to answer a simple but interesting question. What is the problem with green hydrogen? So a lot of us in the climate community have heard about the decarbonization potential of hydrogen, but the reality is the world already produces 95 million tons of hydrogen every year. And the problem is over 99% of that is still derived from fossil fuels, or what we call gray or black hydrogen. And that leads to direct emissions that's comparable to the entire emissions of the aviation sector. The clean alternative is called green hydrogen, so hydrogen without the associated carbon emissions. Today, the only commercially feasible way to do this is called water electrolysis, so using renewable electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. But it's simply too expensive, costing 4 times more than gray hydrogen, and that's why no one's really producing green hydrogen at scale. And the reason it's so expensive is because it's an incredibly energy-intensive process. So we're not going to reach cost parity through incremental efficiency gains. We need a game-changing solution, and that's exactly what we're here to achieve. Our patented technology is called biomass electrolysis, and we take a radically different approach. So we source the hydrogen from waste biomass, and by leveraging the inherent energy in the biomass, we need up to 75% less energy to produce the same amount of hydrogen compared to water electrolysis. In addition, we make valuable chemical co-products that we can sell as an additional revenue stream. And through those two big advantages is how we can achieve $2 a kilogram hydrogen production costs, cost parity with fossil fuel-based hydrogen. And we have a tailor-made team to deliver this technology. Dr. Michael Stanton did his master's PhD at Cambridge, where he continued on doing his research on this novel waste-to-hydrogen technology. I designed and developed the UK's largest hydrogen plant worth $800 million. And Dr. Carl Banbury has over a decade of startup experience specializing in commercializing emerging technologies. And we have 2 amazing scientists who joined our team with deep expertise in electrochemistry and biomass. To date, we've raised 1.3 million pounds through both equity and grants, including a competitive Innovate UK Smart Grant. We've built our lab proof of concept, so we've demonstrated this at lab scale. And we're taking that funding this year to further expand our IP portfolio. And what we're really focusing on is developing our first out-of-lab MVP, producing 1 kilogram a day of hydrogen. That's commercial grade. We already secured a paid off-taker for the hydrogen. And later this year and into the next year, we'll be opening up our £4 million seed round, and that will go towards scaling our technology even further to an on-site pilot. I think I went very quickly, but happy to answer any questions. But thank you very much for listening. And yeah,
Thank you very much indeed. Well done. Time for questions now, and let's kick off with one whilst audience questions are coming in about how you compete against other waste-to-hydrogen technologies. Tell us more.
Yes, perfect. So there are other waste-to-hydrogen technologies. The most common one is called gasification. It's a mature but pretty rudimentary technology. You're essentially burning a lot of the biomass, and what you get is a mixture, a syngas, so hydrogen, but also carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. You then need further gas separation, gas treatment steps, carbon capture system if you want to prevent the CO2 from being released. Whereas we are going from waste to hydrogen in one step. Hydrogen is our only gaseous product. We don't need further treatment steps for that. All the carbon stays in liquid form, and that's what we separate out into a useful chemical commodity.
Brilliant. We've had our first question in asking how this compares to pink hydrogen in terms of price.
I do love all these colors of hydrogen. So pink hydrogen, some people call it, I guess, nuclear hydrogen, so derived from powering it from nuclear energy. So that's not really done at scale, but essentially it's still water electrolysis. So it's kind of in the range of $6 to $8 a kilogram. We're targeting $2 a kilogram. We see it's a huge challenge to get to cost parity with fossil fuels through water electrolysis, because essentially all the costs on the OpEx, it's on the energy cost. So you're reliant on extremely cheap electricity prices. And unless that occurs, we're talking about like a 3-4-fold decrease, you're just really not gonna get to cost parity.
Okay, the next question asks, can you clarify what you mean by biomass and how do you source biomass?
Yes, so biomass, the feedstock is quite a wide class of materials we call lignocellulosic biomass. It can range from side streams from industries like breweries, paper pulp industry, agriculture, woody waste. We're starting with these industrial side streams because the composition is more uniform. We know what's in it. You don't get these kind of mixed contaminants. But certainly, as we scale the technology, we'd be looking to widen that funnel. So that also starts getting into that IP portfolio as well.
What is the energy efficiency of your process, and what are waste, also what wastes produced, because biomass will create some?
Yeah, so we can start talking about some of the numbers. So current water electrolysis requires about 50 kilowatt hours of energy input to produce 1 kilogram of hydrogen. The theoretical limit, so getting that down to 100% efficiency, means 39 kilowatt hours to produce 1 kilogram of hydrogen. Biomass electrolysis has been lab demonstrated down to 10 kilowatt hours per kilogram, so far below what's even theoretically possible with water electrolysis. We don't see us getting to that really ideal state, but at a system level, we're still targeting 25 kilowatt hours a kilogram.
A question in about how large a site would be required to produce this at scale versus traditional hydrogen or energy producing sites.
So we aim to be quite competitive with traditional alkaline electrolyzer systems in terms of what we'd say current density. So the amount of space you need to produce the hydrogen. And we are really leveraging off-the-shelf alkaline electrolyzer components. So we're not looking to manufacture these special bespoke electrolyzers. We're leveraging existing growing supply chains.
And that brings us to time. Koji, thank you very much indeed. Well done.
Thank you very much.